everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Helen and today I'm bringing to you my June TBR. In June I am taking part in a readathon. It's for the second half of June. I think it starts on the 15th, but once you go and look up this readathon you can find out all the information yourself. But it's called Wonderthon 3, The Medieval Wonders, and it's created by Lizzie's Literary Life. So go and check her out. She's got lots of co-hosts. Well, I say lots, 2, 3, 5 co-hosts. And they're taking part in different teams. There are 4 teams. I'm taking part in Team Warwick because I've been to Warwick Castle. It's all based around 4 UK castles. And there are different categories in which you can get points. So there's the artillery category, the archery category, the cavalry category, and the infantry category. I will put pictures up of the different ones while I'm speaking about them, but there are 4 different ways that you can earn points. The equivalent of like having a bingo board for one of them, if you will. So one of the areas, and I can't remember which one it is, I want to say artillery. I think it's artillery. That's all based around reading mangas and graphic novels. I don't tend to do that, so I will kind of not be doing anything for that category, but I'm not worried about that because there are plenty of other people in my team who will be focusing on those areas of books. This is very much a team game. But for one of the categories, I want to say archery, it's basically like a board where there's genres written across the top and there's colours written across the bottom, and you have to go down and across, and there'll be a number of points that you can get if you read a book from a certain genre with a cover of a certain colour. So at the minute I'm trying to find a blue mystery thriller because for that I can get 30 points. I'm considering The Vacation by John Mars for that. I'm looking for a white or a red covered romance book, which you would think would be easy, but not the ones on my shelf, they're not. And I'm also looking for a brown non-fiction book because I can get 25 points for that. So they're the books that I'm trying to look for at the moment. So if you've got any suggestions for those 3 things, let me know and I will consider them. Then for, I think it's the cavalry set of points. It's like a board, like a trail that you're following, but each square has a number of points on it. And you have to find a book, as you can only move the number of spaces as the last number on the page is read of your book. So for example, let me pick this one, Little Wonder. This one has, how many pages? 262, so I could move 2 spaces with that and there'll be a number of points once I've read that book on that square, and that will be the number of pages I'll get. When I've worked out on the cavalry board, if I can read a book that ends in an 8 to begin with, I'd get 30 points, so I'll have to look on my shelves. You'd think this would be easy, but when I was looking at my books the other day I couldn't find any to match what I wanted. Then after that, if I wanted to move another 7 spaces, I could get 25 points, so I need a book with an end in a 7, that kind of thing. I won't talk you through them all because this will mean nothing to you, but you'll know when you look at that graphic and you try and work out your own way what you need. The only thing I know I can fit, at one point I needed a book that ends in a 4 and I could read The World's Worst Mothers, which I was meant to read for Germany or Ireland in Eurovisionathon. It's that one there. I might be able to read that for in this readathon, and it's quite a short book. So, but on this readathon you kind of want to read some longer books because there's points you can get if your team goes over a certain number. There's feasts. I think if you go over a certain number you can have a feast and you get more points during that time. You also take part in battles and it'll be which team reads so many books in that time will get more points. It's quite complex. I had to watch the video twice to kind of try and get my head around it, and even now I'm still going to be keeping an eye on the Discord and looking for suggestions of what I could be doing to help support my team. And the last category of books, I think this one was infantry, and you get, it's like a flow chart that you follow. And so you get 2, 4, 6 and 18 points per category that you go through, but you need to read, you can read them in groups of 2 if you want to. That's all you can do, 2 linked together. You can get a 2-pointer and a 4-pointer, and then was it 6 did I say, or 8 and 16 at the bottom. Again, the graphic will be here and you'll get it, but each team in each of those category areas has got a bonus that they can use on one of them. And once they reach a certain part in the readathon, they've got like a bit of a a skip over everybody else. So for example, my team on the infantry one, I think it's infantry, whereas other people have to make their way down the flow chart and they can't go across on any categories. Once we've reached a certain number of wonder points, we can start going horizontal. Again, this sounds really complex, but once you've watched the video, you get it. So for that one, I've got a few more options. I'm thinking of reading Why Mummies Sloshed, because I needed an audiobook that was also an adult book, and I can get 6 points for that. Then I can read one with person on the cover and disability rep, and I've got Girl in the Window up there somewhere. I could get 24 points for that book. Then I needed at some point a physical book, but which was a backlist book, and for that I'm going to read, where is it? It's up here somewhere on the end, I think. Lost in a Good Book by Jasper Ford. I need to read that in June for the read along that I'm doing of the series, and that's the second book in the series. I would get 6 points for that. And then for a small town setting that's in the UK, I'm going to try and read The Appeal, which was on here, there, by Janice Hallett. I can get 24 points for that book. This might all change based on what the team need at the time. But they're my thoughts to begin with. So that's for the latter half of the month for Wonderthon. That's the only readathon that I'm taking part in. That one's quite complex, so I don't feel like I can fit anything else in. However, in the first 2 weeks of June, I'm going to need some books to read. Recently, I put all 145 books on here, on my Kindle and on Audible in this jar. I think there's 143 in there now because I've just read one. Oh, I'm in the middle of one, well, 75% through one called There's Something About Mira on my Kindle, which I got through like a Prime deal. Not a Prime, yeah. I think because I'm a member of Prime, there's this thing called First Reads, and every month they offer you some Kindle books for free. And I picked There's Something About Mira. I'm really enjoying it on my Kindle. Sophie picked it out here for me. She's just picked another one out for me to finish at the end of this month called Dalagut Dream Department Store by Miley. So that will be something that I'll read in the next few days to finish off May. So I'm going to pick 4 books from this jar now for the beginning of June. I thought I would do it here, and then you'll know what books I'm going to start June with. So I am going to read Disability Visibility. So that's edited by Alice Wong. It's first person stories from the 21st century, and it's looking about people with disabilities, how they are underrepresented in the media and in popular culture, and how they get around in the world. I must add here, I've just started watching, well I say I've started watching, we're 4 episodes into 6 episodes of Code of Silence on ITV at the moment. It's got Rose Ellis, I can't remember her name, Rose Ellis, Ailing Ellis, is it? She's deaf. She was in EastEnders. I didn't watch EastEnders, but she's in EastEnders. I know her from Strictly Come Dancing. And her and Giovanni on Strictly Come Dancing did this amazing part in their dance where the music just went off and it was just silent and they danced, and that's basically what she can hear when she was dancing. It was amazing. And then this is the first time I've seen her act in Code of Silence, and I'm loving that series at the moment. That's just an aside. So the fact that this is talking about underrepresentation in the media, I'm glad that series is on for that reason, but we need more. And so I'm excited to read this book. So that is number 1. Number 2. Oh, one fell out. I'm going to read Make More Noise. I recently talked about this in my book haul, so I should have it to hand. It's basically short stories from 10 of the UK's very best storytellers celebrating inspirational girls and women in honour of the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage. So there are authors on there, like, let's see if I recognise any of them. Karen Millwood Hardgrave, Patrice Lawrence, I've read a few of hers. I don't recognise any of the other people, but I'm sure they'll be good. So that's my other one. 2 more. Let's pick this one. Drop Dead Sisters. That's one on my Kindle. I don't know a lot about it, but I will put a picture up of it here. Yeah, I can't tell you anything about it because I don't know. My phone is here that I'm filming on and I don't know anything about it. And then finally, book 4, I will be reading One to Watch. So I'll be listening to One to Watch. I've got this on Audible. I keep meaning to read this and never have, so I'm hoping this will be the month that I can get it off my list. It's basically about a plus size girl who, I think she goes online and complains that there's not representation in a lot of reality shows about bigger ladies, and then they ask her to take part in the most recent version of a reality show, and it looks like that. So I'm looking forward to that one. So there are these two, my Kindle book of Drop Dead Sisters and One to Watch on Audible, and then whatever I decide to read for Wonderthon. Please check out Wonderthon. It looks like so much work has gone into that. It's obvious that it has. Join the Discord. Please consider joining Team Warwick. It's the smallest team at the moment, but we are mighty. And yeah, enjoy your reads for June. Bye.